It's Ron Coleman. I want to talk about why the things we've been hearing come out of the various trials, especially the Trump trials and especially the New York Trump trial, but also the stuff coming out of the January 6 trials, the absolute clownification of the judicial system or systems in this country is the best thing that could possibly happen. That's right. Because these abuses, as over the top as they are in many cases not any more over the top that have been happening to regular people you never heard of, defendants, plaintiffs, criminal, civil, family court. I've only been in the courts for 3 decades, and I have hardly seen the worst of it. I've seen some pretty crappy things, but not the kind of stuff we're seeing today. The jury instructions that were given today in a certain trial in New York, absolutely comical. It's a great blessing, because what these high-profile applications of the judicial process have done is demonstrated to America just what a problem we have. The judicial system needs to be entirely overhauled. There is no accountability. There's no accountability in connection with prosecutors. There's no accountability in connection with judges. The appellate courts mostly ignore or rubber stamp abuses. And in doing so, they're usually following precedent. It's not working. It's a disaster. But it's a disaster that, because of these high-profile, high-stakes cases, we're only learning about now. The next presidential candidate and the next candidate for governor in your state must insist on a radical overhaul of the judicial system. We need reform that will make the players in the system accountable. We need to change the system by which we just keep adding and accreting and doubling down on and nesting laws that can make any single person listening to this a victim of political or arbitrary or mistaken or negligent prosecution and ruin countless lives with no accountability. You wouldn't have thought about it. You wouldn't have known about it unless it happened to you, or unless it happened to someone very famous that everybody's watching. Now act.